Hi, it's River, and I'm in a crisis. I, um, I don't feel like introducing the channel, so if you haven't seen any of our other videos, I'm sorry. I'm not. I just don't feel like doing it, so I'm not going to. I am in a crisis, like I said. I just drove for about an hour to see my friend, and I am petrified that I'm seeping into a psychosis just because of the thoughts I'm having. So, traditionally, the psychosis that I've had in the past, I don't really know how many I've had, but I've had quite a few, have revolved around delusions of grandiose. So, like, delusions that make me think I'm special, I'm one of a kind, I'm like the second coming, I'm some kind of mega mind genius, and I'm having similar thoughts. And normally, my psychosis have been drug induced from marijuana, and I'm not doing marijuana. I haven't done marijuana in years. But this summer I realized I was sexually abused, and I don't know for sure, but I really honestly feel like every time I think about it, the psychosis that I started to have the psychotic symptoms and maybe even been full on psychotic before I even started smoking weed again. So I wonder if, and I think the reason I had that psychosis was because the realization that I was sexually abused was too much for my mind to handle, and it just broke as like a way to cope with it. So because at that time, that's why I think that caused that psychosis. And lately, if you've seen any of my other videos, I've talked about how, like, me as a River, I have had trauma memories come back. Not really, kind of. It was more like we talk about how, like, it's like a knowing without knowing, but like the realization that, like, oh yes, I was actually sexually abused. I had that as like myself, like as fronting as River. And it's just been a steady incline. And like I don't have such a great recall of things, so I don't know how long I've been feeling this way. It's been at least a week, I would say. And but it's been on, like, since I've been hospitalized, and I was hospitalized April 11th. So before then, I was in crisis, and I think just the processing of the trauma might be too much for me. I don't know. And the thoughts that I'm having now, and the reason why I think I'm in psychosis, I'll explain. So for about a week now, for about a couple years now, I would say, but not really. Yes, kind of. Not all the time, but enough of the times. I've been reflecting on my innate abilities of emotional intelligence. I believe I have a strong skill set for, like, EQ, emotional intelligence. I think in part because of the work I've done in therapy, the educational aspect of my schooling, and just an innate ability, and just how it was my genetics and stuff. So that's fine. That's like if I feel that way, that's okay. If anyone else feels that way, that's not concerning. The concerning part is lately I've been thinking, like, oh, I'm like gifted with like emotional intelligence. Like I'm like special in that way. Like I'm I hate saying it because of all the trauma I've had since I'm like delusions of grandiose and thinking that I was a genius. But like the thought process I'm having now, it's like if you could be a genius for like emotional intelligence, I would be like that would be my genius. And sorry, it's really, as you can tell, it's taking a toll on me. So like it's not, I do think, like I said, I am a strength of mine is my insight and my ability, my theory of mind, and basically like emotional intelligence. And I've been told this by professionals, so like that's not coming out of thin air. But it's like, why does it have to be so extreme that I'm like a special, super rare version of this? Like, why can't I just be a regular person who's gifted with, not gifted, but like a regular person whose strength is emotional intelligence? Like, why can't I just leave it at that? So I'm worried about that. And lately I've been getting back into like astrophysics and theoretical physics. And I've always been interested in that since like 2014. And it comes in waves. Like I'll forget about it for months and then I'll think about it again. And I'm like heavy into it again to the point that I'm like thinking, not really, because I don't have the knowledge to, but like thinking critically in my own way of like the leading theories, and like thinking that like no, it's not that what the leading theories say from what I understand about it from these videos I'm watching. It could be this, or maybe it's that, or like it's like people need to think smaller while thinking bigger at the same time, and it just makes me feel scared. Really, like it. I wish, had I not had all these psychosis, I wouldn't feel so terrified of the thoughts I'm having now. But because I did, these thoughts I'm having now, and like if someone wants to have their own personal theories on the universe, or you know, like have like just think critically, or like I don't want to say the word critically because it's not like I really have the ability to, because I'm not educated on this. But like if somebody really wants to like unpack and like think philosophically of like the leading theories and like just have their own ideas, like that's not, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the fact that because of my trauma, and my trauma being constantly being psychotic, and because it's trauma, because I think just innately having psychosis is traumatic. But like I would on my social media, and like it was very public, my psychosis, because of I wasn't like walking all over the streets being psychotic, not that version, but it was like publicly on social media, very evident that I was ill. And I would post, and I have a video of it on my YouTube channel. I would post like these like theories that I would do that were just nonsensical. And because I have that history, it like brings about shame, and it makes me be terrified to just have, like, I generally think I'm interested in astrophysics and theoretical physics and the universe and cosmology. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But my trauma of doing that to such a degree, and my illness, that thinking that I was some kind of Albert Einstein level genius, I now feel shame that I continue on with these interests. And same with like my emotional intelligence. Like I do think that I have a strength of this, and I feel shame now, and I feel foolish that I'm thinking this. And it's like, why can't I just, two parts, why can't I just accept that it's a strength on like a regular basis? Why can't I just enjoy astrophysics and thinking about the universe and like bigger than things than just myself, bigger things than just this world? Why can't I just have these thoughts and be curious on like a regular basis? Why does it always have to be so intense, so grandiose? Like, why? I don't understand. And I'm just spiraling now, and it's like everything is so much. Like I'm terrified of the psychosis. My fucking vape, one, the chain I wear around my neck broke. Then the vape broke. Like it's working, but like it's dead, and it's water damage, and it's just and like my friend got into some shit. My sister was mean to me, like, and it's like, well, just kill yourself. Like, all the time it's always just kill yourself. It's like, never just tough this through. Like, this will pass. And I'm getting better at like understanding that like emotions, like this emotional state will pass, this headspace will pass, and I will regulate. And I even because I'm visiting a friend right now, and you know, I told him like I'm filming a video, I just need to regulate and like decompress a little bit. So I understand that like this is a moment of crisis, and I'm getting better at understanding this moment of crisis will dissolve, and I will stabilize, and I will feel better, and it won't feel so overwhelming. But it still does not help that in this moment I feel like absolute shit. Like I feel like I have a ball that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger in my chest, and although I can't really tap into those emotions, I feel like I want to cry. And I hate feeling this way. I have so much regret, the psychosis, the addiction with marijuana, even like I've only been in one other relationship than the one I am now. And I don't like, were there reasons that we weren't going to work out? Probably. But it's like, I hate that like we broke up because I was in psychotic. It was just complicated. But I hate that that was our ending. The fact that I ended things because I was psychotic. I hate that that was my ending. That's another regret I'm living with. Just circling back to like how I'm thinking of a lot of regrets. And I spoke about this before, especially in my art video, but potentially in videos too, where it's like I do not know if I, sorry, will, like, when I feel this way and it feels intense and, you know, the stars align, I will try to attempt. Sorry, it's triggering. And I need to find a way to cope through this. And this is what I am trying to cope through this right now. But it's like this feeling, this discomfort is what drives me to want to attempt. So do I understand now that my past attempts, and hopefully never, but future attempts, are not a true attempt to end my life? Yes. I can't speak for the future, but I imagine future River, at least in this close proximity, won't truly want to die. However, that won't stop me from trying, and I'm scared of that. I'm scared of myself. And I have to go back to work, and my nurse was talking about, oh, like, do you feel ready to go back to work? Because I met with her today. And I was like, we'll find out together. My, like, physical nurse, not my mental health nurse. And, like, I have to, like, go back to work. I have to have I go back to work on Saturday. That's 2 days from now. And it's like, now suddenly I'm not ready. I was ready the last whole 2 weeks I was in the hospital. Now suddenly I'm not ready. And maybe it's just self-sabotage. Why do I do this? Like, why can I? And my partner told me this. He's like, I was talking about, like, let's say at like quarter after an hour, I was talking about how my neighbor did this really selfless and kind thing for me. And then quarter to the end of that hour, I was talking about how I feel hopeless and defeated. And he was like, how can you say that when, like, you see your friends, you see your family, you have great people in your life. You just talked about your neighbor doing something nice for you. You have your pets. Like, how can you say that? And I think he was just trying to get me to think about how I should be grateful and trying to, like, get me out of that headspace. And it's right. Like, why am I so ungrateful? Why am I just making these problems up? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why I can't just be normal and be like, well, my other sister, not so much, but my one sister, just work. She was traumatized. She gets up, goes to work, does her thing, raises her kids, like, has her partner, is stable. And it's like, if she could, why can't? And I know that, like, not every kid has the same set of parents. I know not every kid has the same experiences. Not every kid has the same genetic makeup. I understand that. But it's like, come on. Like, it's like I have everything I need to overcome this, but I won't, and I won't. It's not that I won't, but I just need to put in the time. And it's like, I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if I will continue to survive these moments. And I understand that it's all about toughing it through and having perspective, and like I spoke about earlier. But it's still so difficult, and I don't want it to be this difficult. I'm tired. So, I don't know, this video kind of snowballed. Went from talking about how I feel like I'm going to be in psychosis to, like, that all comes down to the suicide thing. Like, I don't know why that's my go-to all the time. I don't know if I spoke about it in this video, but, or not in this video, but another video on my channel. But I came to the realization that, I believe when I was a child and a teenager or whatever, and I felt this same, I imagine, I'm not sure because I don't really have internal perception and memories of that time in my life, but I know I was definitely feeling some kind of overwhelmed feeling when my abuser would be terrorizing the house, and probably when he was sexually abusing me. I imagine that I was feeling a really intense, overwhelming emotion. And when, not so much, I don't know the sexual abuse stuff at all, that's gone to me completely, but the psychological abuse, I kind of remember, and like my sisters have told me a little bit too. He would, like, threaten to end our lives all the time. Like, it'd always be, he'd be freaking out, and it'd always be, I'm gonna fucking kill you guys. I'm sorry, that's sometimes. Sometimes I forget how, like, I can't really say that shit so regularly. But he would threaten to end our lives. And I think as a child, like, I associated feeling difficult emotions, feeling overwhelmed, feeling scared, these feelings of discomfort that I couldn't comprehend as a child. I now feel that as an adult, And at the time, as a child, I generally thought my life was on the line. So now it's like, that's what I feel like is a natural progression of things. This should end, me ending my life, or my life being over. So, like, I know that, like, nobody can really tell you if your thought process, if that's really why I do try to end my life. No one can really confirm that for me. It's just my own insight that I need to continue to develop. But I imagine that's my thinking process of it right now. So I don't really know what this video is. I'm not even thinking about the psychosis anymore. Now I'm just spiraling. And I have to go be normal and be with my friend. And I have to just turn this off somehow. And we're supposed to go out to like a pub thing, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I said, can we not? But I don't want to. I don't want to stop living my life. So I don't really know what to do. And money. Oh my God. I'm thinking money. Money's so stressful. And I need to go back to work because money is so stressful. But like, I can't. Like, I know that I can, but like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't. I live in Ontario. I don't know what other nations and provinces and states and countries call it, but like in Ontario, it's called Ontario Disability something. ODSP. I don't know what the SP stands for. Service Protection? I don't know. And I've been like debating on if I should go on ODSP, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I won't make enough to like afford my apartment if I do. And it's like, well, what do I fucking do? And I wish I had someone supporting me through this. And I know I have my team. And like, I know that I have my mom, and like, this should be questions my mom helps me with. But like, I feel like I can't, I don't know. Like, I love my mom. I love her a lot. But like, I feel like I'm alone in this kind of stuff. They always ask me that, like when they assess me for suicide, they're like, "Do you have anyone you could talk to?" And I'm like, "No, I know I have people who care." And I feel like I say that, and they're like, "Well, you clearly have people who care, and you know you have people who care. So like, just open up to them and stop holding yourself back." But it's like, I can't. Like, I don't know who to talk to about these things. I feel like nobody gets it. Nobody knows. I can't really. I don't know. And I know that I'm like catastrophizing things, and I do have people I can talk to and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just spiraling, clearly. I'm gonna end this video. I need to go hang out with my friend, and my phone's only at 20%. So I hope you've enjoyed me rambling about my crisis. Yeah, thanks.